In the Ulyanovsk region, employees of the Russian Federal Security Service and border authorities detained a resident of Dimitrovgrad who, according to the agency, planned an assassination attempt on TV presenter Vladimir Solovyov from April 2024 to June 2025 on instructions from the Ukrainian Special Services. According to the Special Service, for this purpose the Dimitrovgrad resident traveled to Moscow to collect information about the public figure's travel routes, the security forces found out. After returning to Ulyanovsk, the detainee allegedly collected data on the location of military-industrial complex facilities. A criminal case has been opened against the alleged criminal for participation in the activities of a terrorist organization, Part 2 of Article 205.5 of the Criminal Code of the Russian Federation. The suspect faces up to 20 years in prison. He has been arrested. The investigation is ongoing. Vladimir Solovyov is a Russian propagandist, TV presenter, and publicist who is a mouthpiece for the Kremlin. He is a member of the United Russia political party, known for his anti-Ukrainian statements and constant dissemination of propaganda. The propagandist works for the Rossiya 1 TV channel. Solovyov repeatedly called for a violent change in the constitutional order in Ukraine and encroached on the territorial integrity of the state. Through his rhetoric, spread on Russian television and social networks, he incited hatred towards Ukraine and Ukrainians and in every way supported the launch of an aggressive war against our state. Solovyov also repeatedly called for strikes on various European cities for providing weapons to Ukraine to protect it from the aggressor country, Russia.
Ломай, мужики. Да.
Все, на пол, быстро!
На пол, Лёпли! На живот!
Бегом!
На живот, Лёп!
Кого?
На живот!
Кого? Кого называй?
На живот!
На живот, Лёг, быстро, блин. Руку право.
Руку вытащи! Правую руку вытащил!
Все, вытащил. Правая, легонько. Фамилия, имя, отчество. На пол его. Вот туда вот, букву изю. Так, ноги туда, ебальником сюда.
Ага.
Пошел.
Сейчас.
Вниз. Голову вниз.
A fuel crisis is rapidly flaring up in Russia. After massive Ukrainian drone attacks on oil refineries, interruptions in gasoline supplies have already been recorded in more than 20 regions of the country. For a country completely dependent on automobile transport, this is a critical blow to the military and civilian economy. Izvestia writes about this. Russian authorities do not comment on what is happening. I try not to mention the uncomfortable topic. Back in August, interruptions were observed only in the Far East, Transbaikalia and occupied Crimea. But in September, the deficit affected the Ryazan, Nizhny Novgorod, Saratov, Samara, Ulyanovsk, Penza, Rostov and Astrakhan regions, as well as Kalmykia and Tatarstan. Problems are also being recorded in the Amur, Magadan, Sakhalin regions, Khabarovsk Krai, Yakutia, the Jewish Autonomous Region, and Chukotka. According to the Independent Fuel Union, independent petrol stations are closing. Many are working from tanker to tanker. Initially, the problem was local. Now it covers the European part of the country. The experts admit. Reuters calculated that in August, Russia lost 17% of its oil refining capacity, or 1.1 million barrels per day. Drone strikes completely shut down the Novokubishevsk, Saratov, Volgograd and Syzran refineries. In September, the Ryazan refinery, which accounts for 5% of the refining, partially shut down. This caused a sharp rise in prices. Since the beginning of the year, the cost of AI-92 and AI-95 has grown by 40 to 50%, breaking historical records. All batches of fuel are sold out instantly on the exchange. There are more than 1,000 people willing to buy, but there are also no volumes. Gasoline shortages have become a new problem for the Kremlin. Automobile transport is the basis for supplying the army and logistics in a huge country. Fuel shortages threaten not only the economy but also military supplies. The authorities are trying to put out the fire manually. They are starting reserve capacities, postponing repairs at refineries and limiting fuel exports. But for a country that once boasted its status as an energy superpower, the gasoline shortage looks like an indicator of systemic collapse. One of the commanders of the Chechen unit Akhmat, Bekan Yunusov, call sign AID, spoke about the problems of the Russian occupation forces in the use of drones. He stated that Ukraine significantly surpasses the Russian armed forces in the issue of using UAVs on the battlefield. The enemy should not be underestimated. It is a mistake to think that we have an advantage everywhere. This is not the case, Yunusov noted. His unit operates in the Sumy region of Ukraine, and there, according to AID, the Ukrainian armed forces have given the occupiers a drone hell. At the same time, according to him, the Ukrainians are very actively using HIMARS and ATACMS missiles. Even the dugouts of our positions are being destroyed by the Himari. The enemy is successfully striking at the plantings. They have no problems with this, he said. Yunusov paid special attention to fiber optic FPV drones. Russia was a pioneer in their use, but Ukraine quickly caught up and even overtook the Russian Federation in the number of such devices. Only my position was hit by 87 drones, about 30 of them fiber optic. This does not include artillery and night attacks by Baba Yaga, emphasized the commander of the Kadirovites. Tours in Ukraine. He noted that the Ukrainians have built a very powerful and modern drone control system, which the Russian armed forces can only dream of. In addition to a rather unique ground control station with the ability to switch frequencies up to 4, they also use a system of air repeaters. The drone flies and switches between repeaters. We knock one out, and another one is immediately put in its place. This is where the flight range, image preservation, and the impossibility of jamming it normally come from. This system of a single repeater network really hinders us, Yunusov said. He also noted that very wide variety of drones in service with the defense forces. The commander of the Kadirovites spoke about the tactical significance of drones. According to him, Ukraine is practicing isolating the battlefield on the border, including on the Snagost-Korenevo highway in the Glushkovsky district. FPV drones create dead zones at distances of up to 50 kilometers, and interaction with assault units makes them especially dangerous. Tours in Ukraine. FPVs can really create a dead zone at long distances. 50 kilometers is easy. The more crews, the greater the isolation. Plus, they have very tight interaction between UAV units and assault units. Any assault unit can request assistance, said AID.